The second hidden driver of human behavior is something I call emotion. Now, before I jump into emotion, let's understand something called the human brain. Right? In English language, not a neuroscience perspective, but from English perspective, there's something called the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. On the left, we focus on things like logic processes, and that's something we focused on in the previous video, something called the perspectives. For this video, let's focus on the right side of the brain, something we call the emotions. Have you noticed, whether it's your wife, husband, children, parent, that some people get really easily triggered? You said something like, for example, why do you do that? And immediately they get triggered. So if you notice, if you pause, you realize that there are certain things we do or say accidentally on a day-to-day basis that push people away. Our trust with them, our relationship with them starts to get eroded because of what we say and do. So right now, write down exactly what are the 3 things you can be more conscious of, be more mindful of, so that instead of triggering, instead of eroding, we are actually building trust. We are actually building rapport, drawing closer, so that you can more effectively persuade and negotiate. These are what I call the 3V buttons. The first V is a verbal B. Just now I mentioned that a person may say, why are you late today? Why are you late in replying my email? The word why is neutral enough. But to a lot of people, the word why is questioning them, doubting them, and therefore they become defensive. Instead of asking why, you can consider an experiment saying things like, can you please help me understand? When you use the word help, people start to open up their mind and heart to you and feel that, okay, this guy is not attacking me, not accusing me, so I don't mind helping him or her walk through the steps and understand why I was late and why I submitted the report late. Remember, this is just one example. There are many examples where we accidentally trigger other people. So I encourage you to journal down exactly what words have caused a certain meeting to go sour, caused a certain client to say no or sometimes even bang down the phone, and what certain words open up the mind and help people feel closer to you. One very simple trick is this: learn how to use verbal language to compliment people. Simple things like, wow, you look amazing today, or like, oh, thank you so much for your contribution to the project. Without you, we wouldn't have done it. When you say things like that, people feel like helping you more, and therefore you have built a stronger bridge from your heart to their heart. The second V is vocal. Not only what we say, but the way we say it can convey either sincerity or they call it very fake. Just imagine people say, hey, why do you do that? Our project was a disaster because of you. And you actually apologize, you did. But you say, sorry lor. What kind of tone is that? Like, you sound like a toddler, you sound like a teenager. When you apologize in a way, it backfires. People will feel that you are apologizing in a way that is very defensive, self-justifying. If you are really sorry, you will not only change your verbal to, oh, I'm really deeply sorry about that, it's my bad. I will make sure I'm more mindful and never do that again. When you combine words like this with a tone that is sincere, that is apologetic, people are much more likely to say, yes, I forgive you. That, let's move on, don't worry, don't worry about it. But if you are defensive, then the negative happens. They will keep harping on what you did wrong yesterday during the meeting. I encourage you, don't just watch this video. Practice this with your stakeholders, with your family members. Practice how you say sorry, or even recognition and appreciation. Some of your team members may tell you like, hey boss, you don't really recognize us or affirm us. Then you say, oh, thank you for helping with the project. Again, what kind of tone of voice is that? Well, you might as well not thank them at all. When you want to thank people, the tone of voice must convey sincere appreciation. Like, hey guys, I'm deeply appreciative of what you have done. You burned the weekend, spent with your family for the past 2 months, and I really appreciate every moment that you have done. You deserve a day off. Please enjoy yourself with your family. When you say such appreciation with sincerity from the heart, people can feel it. It's not just giving people a voucher or a day off. It's really that they see a human being in front of them conveying real heartfelt gratitude. Now, what is the third V? The third V is a huge blind spot. A lot of people don't even notice that about themselves. And they say, hey, why are you so angry? I didn't say anything. It's true. You didn't say anything wrong. But your face had something wrong. So we call this the visual button. Visually, what is most obvious is our face. A lot of times during the meeting, you frown like, and then you roll your eyes like. You think people can't see that? Seriously? You think people are blind? People are looking at your face. And later on, they may say like, hey, Eugene, you look like you have some suggestions or some feedback. And I say, no, I don't have. Come on. You think you're hiding in a box? People can actually see that visually you are unhappy, and that is a negative trigger. Positive trigger will be smiling, nodding, especially one-on-one communication. When you're talking to your boss, when he gives you more work, nod your head, stop frowning and going, and you're wondering how come you didn't get a promotion? It's because of your face. So learn to look into the mirror and practice smiling, nodding, and looking very, very mindful and intentional. So when you combine all three buttons together, I call it the 3V button, you start to be able to influence other people's emotion from negative to positive, just like that.